Hello everyone and welcome to the FinTech Times. I'm Tyler and I'm here today at the MoneyLIVE Summit in London. I'm joined now by Rita. Rita, how are you?
Very well, thank you, Tyler. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Are you enjoying the event?
Yes, very interesting, insightful.
Yeah, it's good to see lots of new faces and
Yeah, for sure.
so many familiar names, but in the flesh as well. It's been great. Well, Rita, before we go any further, I think we should let our viewers know exactly who you are. So if you'd just like to give a brief introduction.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Rita Liu, CEO of Mode. So Mode is building a digital wallet that's leveraging Web3 technology and open banking to reinvent payment and loyalty. We enable merchants to accept a fiat payment through open banking and consumers to pay in fiat and soon in crypto as well. We'll also enable merchants to reward their customers in crypto token. So yeah, we are also listed on London Stock Exchange. We're one of the first companies to receive crypto registration approval in UK from FCA. So very nice to be here.
Wow, that's fantastic. I mean, it sounds like you're doing so much in the pay tech space, and
Yep.
you must be quite busy, with the fintech revolution that's happening. So, when we're at these kinds of events, we're really looking at how fintech and especially pay tech has evolved over the course of the pandemic. Now, I hope you would agree with me in saying that the pandemic hasn't given birth to these new technologies. They were already in situ way before the pandemic.
Yeah.
But I want to hear in your own words, how has the turmoil of the pandemic accelerated pay tech innovation?
Sure. Yeah, I think like as you said, Tyler, I think payment has always been a fascinating and fast-growing space. There's new innovation coming all the time. I think the pandemic accelerated definitely the digitization of payment, as many people would agree, for obvious reasons, staying at home, shopping online, and sort of general reluctance to use cash because it's not hygiene. So definitely accelerated digitization of payment. And as a digital wallet, as I mentioned, for Mode, this is definitely we experienced tremendous growth during that period of time as well. And also because we also play in crypto. Crypto definitely had a bull run in the past 2 years due to many reasons. But yeah, I think pandemic definitely accelerated the digitization of payment in many areas.
Well, you mentioned at Mode how you're doing a lot with crypto, and that's quite an avant-garde form of pay tech. It's coming a long way very, very quickly.
Yeah.
It could be crypto, it could be something. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but what payment models are you most excited to see happening right now?
Yeah. So, well, first of all, Mode has been very big on open banking as well. So we are on the payment front. We are really one of the first players to bring open banking to the retail payment space. So we are live with some very big names in e-commerce in UK where users can check out with Mode checkout button, and we take you either through the Mode. Either you pay with Mode balance or we take you through the open banking flow. So we're really pushing open banking into the retail payment space. And that's really good because open banking definitely helped us to cut out middleman and drive transparency in the payment value chain, which leads to better customer insight and also cost efficiency, right? So it saves lots of cost. But just on crypto, I am definitely very excited about crypto in general, but also crypto in payment specifically. In my speech, I did talk about the narrative of Bitcoin or the cryptocurrencies we all know are more store of value, digital gold at the moment, less payment, even though the Bitcoin white paper was designed to create another peer-to-peer decentralized exchange of value system. But so far the narrative of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are more store of value and investment asset. But I think that's because we're still in a very nascent stage of the industry, and I think the mass adoption of crypto payments is still yet to take off, and there's a huge gap here which can be filled. For example, regulatory clarity and also education within the merchant community, right? So I think there's lots of misunderstanding of crypto as a payment method within the merchant community. How does it work? What are their concerns around crypto payment? But I think I definitely see this as a very exciting area. That's why Mode is getting into this space, because besides the obvious advantages of crypto payment, for example, cost efficiency and value chain efficiency in certain cases, there's a very obvious reason here, right? Which is to access the 300 million users globally in crypto, and also 3 million users in UK in crypto. And that number is rapidly growing, right? As we know that some people compare adoption speed of Bitcoin to the adoption speed of internet in the 90s, and it's faster. So, grabbing the attention of this growing group of people is very important. It is going to be becoming more and more important for merchants. So that's why Mode is in the space, and we're helping merchants to connect to this growing group of people. So definitely, I think crypto as payment is a very exciting area for me in PayTech.
Well, it's really interesting that you should talk so much about the developing use cases of crypto, because I think historically it's sort of been viewed as maybe the Wild West of PayTech in a way.
Yeah.
How do you think? And well, going back a bit, now we're seeing increased regulations coming onto crypto and crypto being handled a lot. How do you think regulations are shaping PayTech and maybe specifically crypto?
Yeah, for sure. And I think in UK specifically, right, this year is going to be very important because the deadline of crypto asset firm registration under the 5AMLD regime is coming. The deadline is coming, and Mode was one of the first companies to receive the registration approval from FCA last year. So we as a team, we're a team of experts that have experience both in traditional fintech and crypto. So we understand the importance of regulation and security in our industry. That's why starting from day one, we want to always play within the regulatory framework. So that was why we spent lots of time, in the process of getting that approval. And the deadline of this registration is coming, so that means businesses who have not completed the registration they need to stop their activities in UK. So that's very important, because not just for the industry, right? For the consumers, it's very important. Do they understand the difference between a registered and unregistered business? What's the impact on them? What does it mean for them? It's very important. So I think how the regulators will, how regulation on this will move, and also how this will be perceived in the market, both in the industry and also by the customers. How does the education of this happens to the general public? All of this will impact crypto industry in UK very significantly. So I think that's definitely something to watch.
Oh, absolutely, and I think they've got to be very smart with regulation, because you don't want to almost snuff out the flame, if you know what I mean. Too much regulation could definitely kill a hopeful and promising future for crypto. Speaking of the future of crypto, we're increasingly seeing a wider demographic of younger users. I hope you agree. And I was just wondering, as my final question to you, Rita, how has the emergence of Gen Z and millennial banking come to shape the world of PayTech?
Yeah, I think the younger generations, they definitely see financial services in a totally different light from the older generations, because they are born with internet, mobile devices, the constant connectedness, is what they grow up with, right? So I think fintech has been doing a good job in the past years, that bringing better experience, better mobile experience, more intuitive experience to the younger generations, and with like again upcoming or actually already very important technologies such as crypto, it will further change how I think our younger generation interact with money and how they see money. So definitely, if you look at the crypto customer base in various markets, most people would say Gen Z and young millennials are definitely the key demographic. When it comes to like more day-to-day sort of crypto usage. Of course, I'm not talking about like big traders and institutional trading activities or whatever. But like for the day-to-day crypto interaction, it's definitely the demographic is Gen Z and young millennials. And again, servicing their needs is going to be very important for any player in fintech. And I would say, again, Mode is sort of at the forefront of that, because we started offering crypto as our wallet as your day-to-day crypto app, what we call crypto super app, and definitely helping younger generation to interact with crypto more securely and more easily is our motto, and we're very excited with our journey.
Well, it sounds like you're on quite a journey indeed, and Rita, it's been so fantastic to speak to you today. Thank you for taking the time to speak to the FinTech Times.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.